Your first role, somebody told me you did, there was a famous ad for,
Oh, yeah.
was that was you?
Coppertone.
For Coppertone. Remember the little child
dog.
with the little doggie was pulling her drawers?
That was me.
That was you?
Yeah.
Wow.
They cut before the erotic stuff.
Well, how erotic. How old were you, 3 years old?
Yeah, 3.
Can't get too erotic at 3. Freddie went like this, which is either Freddie has a headache or we have a film clip. Is this from Candle Shoe?
This is from Walt Disney's Candle Shoe.
Yeah.
I think it's with me and Leo McKern. Is that
Yeah, what's the story? You want to...
The story of Candle Shoe?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a story of a juvenile delinquent who's put from foster home to foster home, who shoplifts and things. Is kidnapped by a man who wants to take her to England so she can pull off a con job as not imitating, as impersonating the long-lost granddaughter of a marchioness, and to find the treasure that's been hidden there that only he knows where the map is.
Right.
And she gets there, and she likes the family. And David Niven plays 5 parts in it. He's the butler.
Oh, such a good actor. Okay, we'll show you a little film clip from a little preview of Candle Shoe from Disney. You know, whenever I have somebody on that has a film clip, I always watch the person while they're watching or not watching the monitor to see how they're reacting. And it's interesting to see the different reactions you get. Some people, you glanced up a little bit and you kind of looked away, and I couldn't tell whether you were pleased, not pleased, when you saw yourself. Some people don't like to see their finished product, believe it or not. I don't know why. I think so, too.
I've seen Taxi Driver 11 times.
Yeah, well, that's honest. But I've had people say, oh, no, I never go see the picture after it's over, and I've never been able to understand that. I would think they would want to see...
I'd die of curiosity, wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you? Yeah, sure. Hey, you were good. Now, you played you were 13 at the time you made that, right?
13 yeah, 13.
No, you've been asked this question over and over again, and you played a prostitute in there.
Oh, in Taxi Driver. I was
Taxi
12 in
Driver.
Taxi Driver.
12?
Yeah.
But you played like a 13-year-old. I think they made you 13 in the picture.
No, they made me 12.
You're 12-year-old hustler.
Yeah, they have them in New York.
That's what I hear.
That's what you hear.
Were you reluctant, or when you read that and somebody's to play that role?
Myself and my mother, we always thought that Martin Scorsese was the best director in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the chance to work with him, because I had done another picture, Alice doesn't live here anymore, with him.
Right.
The chance to work with him again, I trust everything about him.
Right.
And when he came to me and said, I want you to play a child prostitute, I started laughing. You gotta be kidding. I was 12 years old, I had my little uniform on, I came in, he goes, yes. So I said, okay, I trust you. And I read the script, and I think it's one of the best scripts that's ever been written.
How did you know how to play? I mean, the attitude. Did you talk with... No, I'm serious. I'm really serious.
Well,
the attitude in itself of somebody in that profession at that age.
I don't think you have to know a great deal about anything to play it. I didn't go into the method thing,
right.
Study for it. I just went on the set, and I had a terrific time doing it.
Right.
I was scared because there are all these funny people around. But it's...
That was kind of a bizarre, brutal...
Yeah, I think
look at New York.
Mostly on Taxi Driver, what I tried to do was go through the part that the kid was a runaway,
right.
And that it wasn't just only any kind of prostitute, but it was a real person.
Yeah, you did it beautifully.
Thank you.
Really did it beautifully.
Uh-oh.
That's nice, Ross.
They're giving
Very
you
nice.
hints.
Yeah, we have to do that for a commercial.
Have a career that's more obvious, or an interest that's more obvious.
What was on your mind when you first went to Yale?
To be like everybody else, and the wonderful lesson that I realized is that I'm not, and neither is anyone else. And we are and very, very different. We come from different backgrounds and traditions, and it's okay to be different. And that's one thing I really realized, that there's no real need to be uniform. And I suppose coming from the kind of experiences that I had, I wanted to sort of fit in and be accepted by my peers. And wearing shirts with funny little animals on it is not necessarily the criterion for that. No.
You went in as a preppy?
Oh, yes. Very preppy was I.
Oh, were you? You went out and did a lot of shopping before you went to Yale, so...
Oh, yeah, we all did. You know, you just don't want to stick out like a sore thumb.
Right.
And my whole life I've had this problem with not wanting to be conspicuous. I don't know why. I just had this problem. I never wanted to be conspicuous. Well, now I'm saying, forget it. It's fine to stick out. It really doesn't make any difference.
You've never taken any acting lessons, have you?
No.
Why not?
Well, I don't think it's necessary if you have some instinct, and if you're doing okay. I think maybe I might when I'm like 18, 20 years old, and I might take it at Strasbourg or
or something like that, Jeff Corey maybe. Because there are a lot of other actors out there too that are just as good. And right now I think it hurts you a lot because it makes things that aren't natural for children, especially for children who all work on their instinct and just working on things that they think are okay.
But your sense of timing, for instance, is that instinct or is it something you've learned or taught yourself?
I don't know.
Do you ever feel like a big shot?
Yeah, sometimes. When people ask me for my autograph, yes, it's really nice. Or when I go to a screening and people say, there's Tatum O'Neal. Then I feel like a big shot. Nobody really knows me. I don't think.
Yes, they do. They stop you in Disneyland. And they don't always say, is that Tatum O'Neal?
No, not always. You're somebody, aren't you? Don't I know you? I mean, I know you don't. You're somebody, you know. But it's nice, you know, people thinking that you are someone. It's nice.
In her journey through the Hollywood jungle around her, Jodie is careful not to forget that it was in the bright world of imagination and fantasy created by Walt Disney that she was first discovered and acclaimed. She's wise for her years and still makes Disney pictures. She hasn't rejected the child star roles, which she knows one day she must grow out of, but would be foolish to despise. Anyway, she's also young for her years, and whenever she can, she goes back to Disneyland to take advantage of all the free rides the publicity people will give her, and to enjoy recognition and admiration. And you've got Taxi Driver on the wall here.
Taxi Driver, and that's my name.
Is that the first time that you had your name up on a big movie billing like that?
Let me think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think except for Echoes of a Summer, but that didn't have the big release that Taxi Driver had.
Now, those are the British Academy Awards. You got two of those there.
Yeah, these are the British Academy Awards. This, well, let me see which one it is. This one is for Best Supporting Actress for Bugsy Malone and Taxi Driver. And this is for Most Promising Newcomer.
The British Academy Awards.
Thank you very much to everyone that was involved in Taxi Driver and Bugsy Malone, and directors and great actors and everyone that cooperated together. And mostly the press that has been so nice to me over this year and everything else this year. I'm so nervous, I can't even believe it. And most of all, my family, who stood behind me when I needed it, and most of all, my mother. Thank you.
Do you think about your own looks at all? There you are with lenses and cameras pointed at you all the time. You must think about how you look.
Well, every kid at my age has to think about that. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? My nose is out of shape. I got a big nose in my mouth. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not sitting there in the mirror all the time going like that. Because I figure once I look in the mirror, I'm going to look the same as the last time.
Do you think you're pretty?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I got a
think
big
you're pretty.
nose. No, I
no.
begin to like my nose. I used to hate my nose. But then I sprained it on the bottom of the swimming pool. And now I like it because it goes like that.
Do you wear makeup at all? Or do you want to wear makeup at all?
No way, because as soon as you get it on, you have to wash it off again. And I've always had to wear makeup on film. And it's such a pain. You have to get out all this stuff and stick it on. It's gross.
Are there occasions when you like to look pretty? Wear a dress? Do your hair?
I'd always like to look pretty if I could, believe me. I don't wear dresses usually because they're so uncomfortable, and I always end up splitting them or breaking them. I'm really a klutz, and I always end up tripping over. Did you notice on the British Academy Awards I tripped on the steps?
Yes.
I always end up tripping, so I try not to wear a dress because then I look even stupider. but I like wearing pants.
Well, I think you're pretty.
Thank you.
I think you do too, really, actually.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to get up here and say it. I mean, I think I got things that are okay. I like my nose. I like my nose. And I have pointed ears. I like my ears. See? Ears. And Leonard Nimoy ears. Dr. Spock, is it? No. Yeah, Dr. Spock. You know, Star Trek.
That's right.
Right.
Mr. Spock. Dr. Spock is the
Is
baby
the other
doctor,
guy, the
of
baby
course.
guy.
That's right.